and welcome to Crooked Letter Sports Podcast, the show about Mississippi sports and the folks who play them. I'm Tyler Cleveland from Scorebook Live, Mississippi, joined as always by my co-host Rick Cleveland of Mississippi Today fame. Dad, how was your weekend?
Well, it's Mother's Day. You were there. We had a nice weekend. And then I had to go down to New Orleans and recover a stolen truck. That was not a great ending to a good weekend.
Yeah, R.I.P. to Rick's Honda Ridgeline. I hope State Farm is generous with you, my friend.
They need to be. It was sad to see it go.
I know. I'm sorry about it. But we did have a bunch of sports. I did see you over the weekend. I did not see you Friday or Saturday much because we had the high school baseball going on. Almost all the series have wrapped up now, and most of the field is set for the state championships at Trustmark Park next week. You can go to scorebooklive.com and check out all the latest on the high school baseball scene. On the softball side, Dad, we start today. We're recording this on Tuesday morning. We leave the studio today. I'm headed to Hattiesburg to cover the softball state championships. We got a bunch of good teams in it. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today. Big game in Hattiesburg tonight as well, which, of course, we won't – everyone else will be hearing this. We'll know the results of that Ole Miss Southern Miss game down in Hattiesburg.
We're going to make a day of it in Hattiesburg because I'm going to the –
You're going to the ball game?
I'm going to the Ole Miss Southern game, and also going this afternoon. They're dedicating a big new mural of Jimmy Buffett and Fingers Taylor in downtown Hattiesburg. So,
how cool!
That'll be fun.
Yeah, that will be cool. I also want to talk a little bit. I'll talk a little SEC baseball, and maybe we'll work in some Braves here. But let's start with what's immediately in front of us. We have got the PGA Championship at Valhalla this weekend. I want to talk about that first. Let me get your rock solid picks.
Well, have to be a fiddle farting fool not to pick Scotty Scheffler. I mean, come on now. I mean, who could pick against Scotty Scheffler right now in a big golf tournament?
I can't imagine. I mean, every list I see has him right at the top of it. I guess with good reason. He's, the best player in the world, and it's not really close right now. But are there any other guys on the periphery you think may be able to compete? I don't know much about Valhalla.
It's a demanding golf course. It's a really good test. I mean, it should be – I just hope they have good weather because it should be really fun. Roy McIlroy, when he's playing like he is right now, I mean, he's certainly – I don't know if you could call him on the periphery, but he certainly have to be one of the top 3 or 4 picks.
Well, it's all about the putter with him, right?
Yeah, when he's putting. Yeah.
I mean, tee to green, I don't know if there's a much better ball striker, but.
When he was younger, he made putts and didn't even think about it. He just kind of assumed it was going in, and it's not that way anymore. But when he gets that putter going, he can win. And then the guy I think you kind of got to look out for is Brooks Koepka.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's just won his last event, and I know it's 54 holes and all that, but what has he won, 5 majors?
The reason I'd look out for him is because if he runs into you, it's likely to hurt. He looks like a middle linebacker. He walks like a middle linebacker.
He has a swagger about him.
Well, he just doesn't. He doesn't look like a golfer, I'll say that.
Yeah.
And he mashes the you-know-what out of the ball, too.
Well, I'm picking Scheffler.
Oh,
who are you picking?
Going out on a branch, yeah. As always, I'll take Xander Schauffele. Seems like I do it every time. One of these days, it's going to hit.
You can be. See, I told you so.
That's right. I've been telling you for years and years. Dad, a couple of big baseball series in Mississippi last weekend. I know State was real disappointed losing the series to Arkansas. Don't think it hurts them much. And Ole Miss, of course, the biggest weekend of the season for them, I think, taking 2 or 3 from A&M when they needed it most. Would have been great to get a sweep, but it was, nice to see them. I mean, I think it shows the committee they can compete against some of the best teams in the country. They still need to rack up a couple more wins in your estimation?
Yeah, I think they've got a huge week, beginning with, the game that they're playing Tuesday night tonight against Southern Miss, and then they play at LSU. I still think they probably need to win 2 of the 4 to get in.
Yeah. And then make some noise in Hoover, or do you think it'll matter at that point?
It wouldn't hurt them to win a game or two in Hoover, but what are they? 3 games above 500?
Yeah, they're 27 and 24 as of this morning.
I know that RPI is way up there, but I mean, if they were to lose 3 of the 4, what would that make them?
That would make them 28 and 27.
You don't see many 28-27 teams in the NCAA tournament that don't win their league.
Yeah, I remember seeing and I know it's different because they're in the SEC, but I remember seeing a Southern Miss team that had, I want to say, 35 wins get left out of the tournament with a top 25 RPI before. I know it's a different age, and I think, and you've said this off the air before, but I think the one thing that Ole Miss has really got going for it is, that 2022 season.
Well, yeah, 2 years ago, they were the last team in and won the whole shooting match. I mean, it's not part of the criteria, but the committee has to be looking at that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just, they don't just punch in numbers and it spits out 64 teams. I mean, these are human beings making these decisions, and I think it obviously, that's got to weigh on their mind a little bit. I know it would me.
Yeah, but I think for Ole Miss to feel pretty good about it, they need to win 2 of the 4 games. 3 of the 4 would be a whole lot better. And then not play terrible at Birmingham. That would be what I would say. We talked about it last week, and I hate to repeat it, but we know Ole Miss is one of the best 64 teams in the country. There's no doubt about it. Hell, everybody in the SEC is probably one of the best 64 teams in the country.
I don't know, Bubba. You laid eyes on Auburn?
Well, they hadn't had a very good year, have they?
Or Missouri?
Yeah, neither one of them was very good. But they would probably beat a lot of the conference champions that are going to be in the tournament,
For sure, sure. Did you see, I know I sent it to you over the weekend, that Maryland Eastern Shore?
Yeah, I think you need to a lot of people don't keep up with Maryland Eastern Shore baseball.
Well, of course not. But they're a Division I baseball team, man. I saw it. I actually ran across it on my social media feed. They had snatched defeat from the jaws of victory to fall to 0-45, which has got to be some kind of,
0-45
in baseball. Eventually you just win one by accident, right?
Yeah. My Boo Ferris, who's my baseball mentor of all time, used to say that to go undefeated, he was talking about one of his former players that was coaching a high school team that went 44-0. He said there's too many pebbles on the field to go 44-0. Well, there's too many pebbles on the field to go 0-45. You got to get a good bounce sometime, Well, that's unbelievable.
Well, they have not gotten the bounce yet, and they're running out of time. The end is quickly approaching.
At this point in the season, though, do you want to get a victory, or you want to? Then you just.
I want them to run the table in the conference tournament and get in. That's what I want, and I want to have a first round matchup against like Georgia,
yeah,
or Tennessee. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although those games would probably last a while if they did.
While we're on college baseball, and we were talking about the committee a minute ago, the news came yesterday that the newest member of the NCAA baseball committee is Jeremy McClain down at AD at Southern Miss.
Yeah, which is, he's a baseball guy. It can make sense, right?
He is the best pitcher in Delta State history. I think just last year he was like 18-0.
Is that good?
It's better than 0-45.
Yeah, I'd say so. Obviously, that's should be good for Mississippi baseball, right? To have somebody who is familiar with the teams on the committee at the end of the year.
It should be good for I think it's good for Ole Miss State and Southern, because I know how much respect Jeremy has for the Ole Miss and State programs, and it's good for the Sun Belt to have a baseball guy on the committee. He'll immediately command some respect just because of his background in baseball. Yeah, I think it's good. I remember it was just a couple years ago that Southern got the Super Regional, at least partly because John Cohen was on the committee.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's good for Mississippi. I think it's good for Mississippi baseball.
Good. Well, speaking of the Eagles, let's talk about them. Yeah, they seem to have gotten hot at the right time. Their RPI's up in the top 25. Probably, unless something crazy happens, probably going to get to 40 wins again. This would be every year since I think it's 2016 started it.
Yeah, probably the more impressive thing is like 33 seasons in a row where they've had 30 wins. It's the only team in the country.
I know, but I think they have the longest active streak for 40 wins too.
They do, and now this will be the 8th straight year they're in the NCAA tournament too.
Yeah, strong.
And most of those is a 2 seed or better. Yeah.
Well, this year is a little different team. I don't know if they'll get in as a 2 seed. They might.
Now, everybody, all the people, Baseball America, D1 baseball.
Is a 3 seed at Georgia or somewhere like that?
No, they got them everybody's got them a 2 seed now after what happened this weekend.
Okay.
They're getting hot at the right time. There's 2 ways to look at it. They're getting hot at the right time. Team batting average has gone way up and all that. But they also have done it against lesser pitching here lately. Arkansas State, let's face it, they're not great on the mound. Big game tonight in Hattiesburg. We're saying this is last night. Yeah.
You can stop. The people already know how it went down. And then the Bulldogs. Let's talk about them. I know they were disappointed because that third game was so up and down, but they I still think they're a really good team. And you talk about Ole Miss being one of the top 64 teams. I think Mississippi State is one of the top 20 teams in the country. It seems like when they put it all together, they've got the talent. They're that kind of team that like you can get to Omaha or get deep in the tournament and you see how they got there. They have all this talent.
Yeah, that punch in the middle of the lineup is salty to say the least.
Yeah.
You got Dakota Jordan and Richie Hines back to back.
Hunter Hines is a beast.
Hunter Hines
is a monster.
Yeah.
He was good at Madison Central, and I could see what they saw when they took him. But, man, he has grown into he is a big old boy.
Yeah. Every time they talk about miles per hour leaving the bat, it's like 112, 110.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was telling my buddy the other day. He said, how are these guys hitting like 30 home runs and stuff? And they've only played, like 50 games. I'm like, they've got metal bats. They swing them hard.
Yeah, boy, they do. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how their pitching holds up once they get in the tournament. Of course, you can say that about everybody in the tournament.
Right. Well, so you're coming down to Hattiesburg tonight. Am I going to catch you over at the softball field at all this week?
Well, you know where I'm going to be this weekend, so I'll try to get to a game. I may spend the night down there and go to a game tomorrow.
Well,
Thursday.
I got you. Well, there is some news if you'd like to know beforehand. Neshoba Central not in the championship series, so then there will be a new champion, and that is I think Neshoba Central had won it 7 or 8 years in a row.
Yeah.
So there's some interesting storylines. Northwest Rankin, their ladies are undefeated.
Well, that's a good storyline.
Behind Jolie Hayes, the Southern Miss signee, who is kind of finishing up her career. She just won Miss Softball. Leads a perfect 35-0 Northwest Rankin team against Hernando. There are some good storylines there. There'll be some good ones in baseball, too, I can go ahead and tell you. That Summerall Purvis series last weekend was pretty magical.
Tell me about it.
Well, Summerall swept, but they were both close games. I think they were tied. I think the JoJo Parker from Purvis, one of the Parker brothers, not of Monopoly fame, hit a home run in the 6th inning to tie the game in Game 2, and it looked like it was going to go to extra innings, and then Summerall put up like 6 runs in the 7th to end it. So, but it was a really good series. A lot of people think that was the de facto state championship, but now Summerall owned a pearl to face Ripley, who has got
an ace,
the Mr. Baseball winner, Ty Long. Don't have his numbers in front of me, but I swear, Dad, he's pitched I want to say it was 67 innings this season. He's given up 3 runs. And it's even, I mean, if you look at the strikeouts to walks, it's even more impressive. But he's a Southern Miss commit, and they'll be facing Sumrall in the championship. So no matter what the other matchups are, I mean, that one's going to be, I think, worth the price of admission.
Well, as somebody that grew up in the Pine Belt, we used to have a saying, death, taxes, and Sumrall baseball.
I'm telling you, man, these guys, year in, year out, Coach Davis does such a good job with them. So it doesn't surprise me at all. The other kind of, I don't want to call it an upset because it was kind of close, but the Brandon Northwest Rankin South State series, Brandon, knocked off Northwest Rankin, and I think Northwest Rankin had won the South for, I want to say, 3 years in a row. So kind of interesting there. Our buddy Todd McInnes, the pitching coach, and Daniel Best. I'm guessing that would have been Corky Palmer's all-time favorite high school dugout right there with Daniel Best and Todd McInnes.
If I've heard him say it once, I heard him say it 1,000 times. He'd say, that Todd McInnes, he's fine.
Yeah, but Daniel Best too. Like, I know Todd's really good, Coach, but is he the best you ever had? I don't know. Daniel Best is mighty special. Yeah, no, they got over the hump, and they're riding Ole Miss signee Walker Hooks in those game ones of those series, and man, he's fun to watch. You want a big left-hander? It reminds me so much of Brett Buckvich. He's just he's just a bulldog and goes out there and plays really well. So excited about that series as well. So they'll be facing the Hernando Tigers, who are hot.
Knocked off.
I mean, South. when I say hot, they are hot.
Yeah.
They beat Oxford, and before that, Lewisburg.
Yeah.
They just got hot at the right time. Got some great players on that team as well. So really excited for that. So we got a lot to look forward to. Just to kind of let you know how it's going for me. I'm headed from here. I'm going straight from here to Hattiesburg. We got 4 softball games a day, 5 tomorrow, 5 the next day, and a couple more on Friday. Headed down to New Orleans after that. I think we should use our space here. I mean, it's our space. Why not use it? Right. To congratulate Annie my sister, Cleveland. Your daughter, who's graduating from law school at Tulane this weekend.
With all kinds of honors.
Yep, all kinds of honors and debt. All kinds of honors and debt. So congratulations to her. We'll be down there Friday and Saturday, and then it's back here. You're back to Jackson Sunday, and then the baseball starts beginning of next week. So
conference tournaments and college baseball, state baseball tournament.
It's all happening.
We're all stitch heads.
We are all stitch heads, and I tell you what, every year I kind of going into this week where we have the softball and baseball in high school and all the college baseball, it's all happening at the same time. I'm always dreading it, and then when it's over, there's nothing. And I'm back to watching, so I can't. I don't want to take. I don't.
Back to watching the Braves.
Braves every night, right? And then the going to the super regionals and all the. But I'm hoping that I'm going to try to remind myself to enjoy it this time because once it's gone, it's a long time to prepare for football season in the high school sports world. So.
Yep.
That's about all the time we got for today. I've got to head out. Anything else you're looking forward to this weekend?
No, I'm looking forward to seeing your sister walk across that stage.
Okay. I'm going to watch you during the ceremony. I'm going to see if you're checking the PGA Championship on your phone. I'm going to make sure.
I'm not saying I'm not going to do that.
Only because he can't get the video feed.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Make sure to stay locked to scorebooklive.com/Mississippi, where you can find all of the latest on all these softball and baseball championships and beyond. Make sure to read Rick's writings over at MississippiToday.org. He'll be writing from the game in Hattiesburg, so make sure to check that out. Everybody have a good week out there. Stay safe.